This poor grandpa is about to lose his family-run small business. No one is believing in him. But if you buy his handcrafted slippers, which are like his only passion in life, you can make his entire day and help him out of this existential crisis. And if you don't, well, that makes you a bad person. Videos like that have been flooding social media. The concept is simple. A small business or animal shelter is about to be taken down. There's a lot of crying and harassing. The actual problem here is that while some of those stories may be real, the vast majority is not. Why I'm so sure of that, you may ask now. The first of those videos I watched on my For You page was showcasing a product that could have been handmade and it actually looked high quality. Until I saw a video of another account that sold the exact same product.
Why? Why not?
All of those shops were even using the same clips of a person crying or the process of crafting. But how did we get there? Who was first? Who was the OG small filling artist? Maybe this account. It has over 100k followers on every platform and everyone in the comments is cheering them on and buying their product.
That's weird.
No! That was even shocking to me because I remember watching this video back when it got posted and I was obsessed with their glasses and creativity. That's when I fell into this rabbit hole of manipulative and dark psychology marketing. How can I convince people of a product? How can I trigger the right emotions in them and manipulate them so they buy my cheapest stuff? And this is where products or calls to action got linked to an emotional and tragic backstory. And I'd be lying if I said I'd never fallen for content like that. I can think of at least 3 of our videos that caught my attention and made me want to help in some way. And sometimes helping can be as easy as interacting with a video. Watching a video 2 times, following, sharing, liking, commenting. You can do all those things with this video too. That was so bad.
To anyone who leaves a comment, I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Which is like such an easy and low effort thing to do compared to what could be achieved with it. Speaking from my own experiences with these kinds of videos, it really does feel rewarding. You're just leaving a like and a life will be saved. And when people are sharing and watching those fake scenario videos, there's like not a lot of damage done, like they're not robbed of their money. It becomes a completely different story when there's also a possibility to donate money. And money that could actually help people or animals in need get scammed with fake videos, fake scenarios, fake everything. This is actually one of the dark psychology marketing strategies, often called emotional blackmail, persuasive selling, or guilt marketing. One funny example that also uses this tactic is Duolingo. It's part of the branding. It's fun roasting. It actually benefits you when you practice, but the guilt when you don't keep your strike. Interacting with a video or donating a couple of dollars is one thing, but what about buying a handmade product? You don't actually need it, but if you don't support this family-run business, this crying grandma will lose everything she owns, and more. We already saw a couple of examples in the beginning, but let's take a closer look how these videos are typically structured. In the beginning, we always have someone crying, usually an elderly person or a parent or a young woman also crying, of course. This one is very popular, as well as this woman or this one. These clips are reused and recycled over and over again. So if you ever upload a video of yourself crying, don't be surprised if your face ends up being used for selling cheap products. Of course, some of them are also AI made very badly. Besides using clips of someone crying to trigger emotion and compassion, they also add comments or text overlays. It's someone else commenting on their business, strangers or parents, either discouraging them or straight up bullying them. You will never make it. No one wants to buy your grandpa's slippers. Then we see a few clips of grandpa crafting his slippers, sitting at his desk at home, sometimes on the street, sometimes they try to sell their products at a market and no one wants to buy from them. Sometimes people are even destroying their products. Who would do that to a little girl? Followed by the end result and a call to action like, no more hate please. Real Disney fans will support my dad. And again, people feel responsible for others' success and guilty if they don't support this family-run business.
Please share this.
They put their money in the right hands and not give it to mass-producing cheap factories. Well, it shouldn't be surprising to anyone, but probably none of those products is unique, high quality, or produced in a small business. Whenever I put them on Google image search or simply look for Hello Kitty keychain purse, you can almost find all of them on Shein, Temu, AliExpress, you name it. And with this example, and we already briefly looked at it in the beginning, the marketing is genius and people are sold an illusion. Like, there's the reason why this video has over 10 million views and 2.4 million likes. She has other videos on her accounts that have well over 1 million views. And just like my own first response did, the comments are full of supportive messages. People are telling her, never give up, or I just ordered. With it being that popular, no one is second guessing the company or the handmade Disney-inspired glasses. Literally every single glass on their website can be found on Alibaba, AliExpress. You work on it, it's fine, take your time. They also sell jewelry, but who would have guessed you can buy these high quality pieces on Shein as well. And you know what, I don't want to be the bad guy here and call them fake. This is just my own observation, and maybe the Shein ones are dupes because this simplified girl is such a popular brand. We still have hundreds of other pages selling these glasses as well. Others are just copying their videos. If people are happy with their bought glasses, that's fine, but it's just not okay to build an entire business on lies, create fake background stories, and manipulate customers emotionally. Maybe I'm making a harsh statement here, and this is just my personal opinion, but most of these shops do not care about you, they just want your money. They apply those manipulation tactics, so you're emotionally invested and buy those products. To fully understand this concept, I feel like we need to go back in time a bit further, to the point where social media marketing was still in the beginning stages. Back then, when the first influencers became popular on social media, marketing and product placement was easier. At least it wasn't as frowned upon as it is today. In the beginning, most users didn't post for the sake of money making. It actually took some time until that even became a possibility. Instagram was the place to connect and get inspired, but also to show off and brag about luxury, money, and status. Buy this product because it's a good product was enough, and people still had trust in their favorite influencers. Like this video because it's a good video. Maybe it will work. And while it used to be enough to simply like, adore, or envy an influencer, reusing those exact selling tactics and videos would actually repel a lot of users today. It would trigger emotions like feeling annoyed, taken advantage of, anger, or like it's not adding any value. So when we feel like a product placement is inauthentic or feels greedy and lazy, it can actually backfire and lead to people unfollowing or debuting the product or the company. Today, Instagram is flooded with influencers who didn't start posting out of passion or to inspire others, but with the main goal being earning money. And technically there's nothing wrong with that, but some have already been called out for posting an ad story or post every day.
As a constant product pushing when every other video is an ad, I get so annoyed. It's just a very obvious cash grab at that point, and you really don't love all those products that you're promoting.
And those recommendations being far from authentic and more like, I don't care about the brand or the product, I just want to get my money. Hey, download this scam app or use this moisturizer, trust me, they are good. Even though I never used them myself and I kinda get paid to say that, but I love you. Yeah, you see that? So someone thought to themselves, how can I convince people of a product? How can interacting with my content make them feel guilty or better about themselves? There is no grandpa in need, no small artist having an existential crisis, and no dog shelter about to be taken down. Well, the last example could potentially exist. All of them could. But those get lost in the crowd or get frowned upon because we can now never be 100% certain they are not fake as well. The risk of getting scammed is potentially high, but in the end, you won't really know, right? You interact with a video, maybe you donate, and then you continue on with your day. You will never find out if it's actually fake or not. There's also another kind of emotional power dynamic that ties into that, but starts with users already having a more developed trust and parasocial relationship with an influencer. I'm gonna touch on that topic quickly because I didn't find a ton of actual cases that I could share, but basically influencers are asking their audience for money for various reasons, sometimes to pay cancer treatment bills from their dad, to pay rent for the horse, or because they didn't know they have to pay taxes after spending too much. And a couple of weeks later, some of them went to luxury vacations. And it's like either you actually needed the money desperately or you were lying.
There's an OG YouTuber on Instagram right now who has 2 million subscribers, posts about their luxurious life, but is asking her followers for $20,000. It's because her dad just got diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. And if she's like legitimately strapped for cash, why the hell is she moving? Why is she asking people how she should redecorate her house and like renovate it?
And as tragic some of those cases are, it's just taking advantage of that parasocial relationship, of their audience having developed some sort of sympathy, admiration, or deep care for their well-being. Another strategy I noticed on social media is how some use this concept of you can change someone's life. You can actually make a difference. You can be part of something big. For example, big influencers asking you to follow people and businesses they met in real life or have been friends with. I just met this stranger. She's a passionate artist, but she only gets 100 views on every post, so let's blow her account up. But if everyone benefits and no one gets scammed or harmed, that's alright. Right? Of course, it's up to each and everyone how they want to spend their money. It's not wrong to ask for money or interactions online, but faking those scenarios and scamming people, that is wrong. So please never donate money or buy something because you feel pity or guilty. Do your research, look for similar or identical products, and be more skeptical in general, even if no one else in the comments is. It's just important to know that these scams exist and they are specifically created to trigger emotion in you. But now I would love to know if you ever made an experience with those kinds of videos, scams, or if you ever noticed that in the first place, or if this is completely news to you.
I want to tell the people out there that thank you for supporting me.